Hi everyone, Eric Hall with The Blaze of Glory. Today I'm going to try to do a travelogue about my experience hunting for the Forrest Fenn treasure at the Kirwin Mine. I planned the trip out to Kirwin to be a Sunday afternoon drive. I reviewed the maps, I looked at Google Earth. It seemed like a smooth riverside road up into the mountains. I had no idea what I was getting into. As you can tell from the first photograph, this road started out as a smooth, rural road. As you progress further up into the canyon, the road gets a little bit more bumpy and a little bit more hilly. When passing the Brown Mountain campground, I should have known that something was afoot. People stayed at the campgrounds and then took their ATVs to finish the 9-mile trip up to the Kirwin Mine. Upon passing the campground, the road begins to climb into higher elevation. There's more potholes in the roads, and maybe you notice in each of these pictures, the clouds even get progressively darker. Then the road levels out into a sort of mountain prairie, but the clouds are still getting darker. Then I round a curve in the road, and the river road becomes a road in the river. When I initially drove in, there was nobody in front of me, so I had no way of knowing how deep the washouts in the middle of this quote-unquote road are. I have visions of being stuck in the middle of the river. I really do not believe that Forrest Fenn went puddle diving in his rental sedan. You might think that driving down a river is the most exciting part of this trip. But no! When you pass the river, this river road, it goes up the side of the mountain. It feels like a couple of 100 feet vertically. Oh, it's beside the river horizontally, but it's up high above the river. And it's basically a one-lane logging road with a bunch of pointy little rocks that are not very friendly to your tires. I finally make it to the Kirwin Mine, and there's probably more than 30 people up there. Now, I've been up some Jeep trails before, but this one had more traffic than downtown Atlanta. You might think that this day has had all of the excitement that could possibly happen. Wrong again. As soon as I get out of the pickup, thunder. There's a storm approaching. So I scurry around to take as many photographs as I can, knowing that this thunderstorm could flood the river that I have to drive back through on the way down. It's certainly a neat place to visit. There's at least 2 mountain creeks that you could follow as a day hike. There's old mining roads or even currently used logging roads. You could spend an entire day and enjoy the scenery. It is a beautiful place. If you don't want to freeze your feet off walking across the Wood River, there is a footbridge that is just past the parking area, but you can't really see it because of the vegetation. The next picture will show you just how clear that water is. If Forrest Fenn took a rental car, which was a sedan, out to Kirwin, he probably would not have gotten his deposit back. if he had been able to bring the car back. Kirwin is a great place to visit. It's high up in the mountains, it's cool, it's scenic, it's a peaceful and quiet place to go. If you're planning on visiting yourself, maybe you should take an ATV instead of a car.